Hey everyone, I am here today to share a brand new Henry Margu color with you. This is 10/613 GR, no name, just a code, and I am wearing Jules. I am so excited to share this color, and I'm going to do a quick comparison with another Henry Margu blonde so that I can give you a sense of how bright and cool toned this color is. But first, I have to thank our wig sister, Linda. Linda has become a dear friend of mine. She's a wig sister, and I got so lucky to meet her this past year. She doesn't live here in Minnesota, but was traveling through, and we got together, and we have just become really good friends. And she occasionally sends me a wig to try, and so that I can share with you guys. And this is one of those. She sent me Jules so that I could see this color. It is going back to her. But now I know this color is fabulous, and in a minute you will too. So before we get too far into this, beautiful, beautiful color. And I'm going to show this to you every way I possibly can, on my head, off my head, close up to the camera, and outside, so that you can really get a sense of this color. I want to grab a little note here though. So first of all, I want to refer you to a color index that I have created. I know how hard color is. It is so hard, especially since most of us can't see these colors in person until we purchase it. And so I've created a color index where I've accumulated information from a variety of sources online to help us understand different parts of these colors, the codes, the lettering. What do the color codes mean? What are the combinations? I actually have two resources. I have them both linked on a post on my website, which is heywigsister.com, and I really highly encourage you to familiarize yourself with that and any resource you can find that talks about color. And I pulled some of this information off of that document. So let's just break down this color code. Maybe I'll show it to you all around first, and then I'll tell you what it all means. It's so important to understand these. It will really help your journey a lot. So first of all, let's talk about the GR code. GR means gradient. In the Henry Margu line, I've noticed that they're GR colors, and I actually have, the one I'm going to compare this to is 88 GR. And so it's a gradient color, and it's darker roots with lighter tips. And so what I found online is two-tone color mix, layered colors, one color on top, one color on the bottom. And so as I show you this piece up close, I want you to notice some of the gradation that they have going on with this color that really gives it this dynamic. Honestly, you guys, I just think it's a work of art, and I'm going to show that to you. And so what I also did before I filmed this is I watched a couple of videos, other people reviewing this color, just so that I could see how they were describing what they were seeing. And I find it really interesting that I have some different impressions. And that's why I think you guys should watch as many videos as you can find on colors. We're all going to describe them differently. They're going to look different on us. We have different lighting. We have different skin tone. But it's also, color is a little bit subjective. You know, what I see as being a bright color, someone else might see as muted. Have you ever talked to someone where somebody thought something was purple and you thought it was pink? I mean, there are colors that are close to each other and can be a little bit hard to describe. So please watch some other videos. I do want to point out one though, and it's a video that Taz did. I absolutely love Taz. Taz's Wig Closet. She is fantastic. She is a great resource, and I have used her as a resource. When she described this color, she did note that there isn't really any warmth to it. And I'm not sure I fully agree. And I don't know if it's just the piece that I have or how we look at color differently. So I'm going to show that to you when I take this off my head, because I think it's important for you to have all of this information. So first of all, there's that root. So a 10, let me finish talking about the color code now. So we talked about what the GR means. A 10, so this is a first number on here is a 10. Typically that's the base color, is the first number in a color code. That is a medium golden brown. So a brown goes from the number 2 up to the number 12 through the number 12. And so you've got this medium golden brown. It looks so dark next to this super bright blonde. It's not a super dark brown. It's just the contrast that makes it look like that. It's actually a 10. And then you've got your 613. A 613, from what I was able to find out online, is described as a French vanilla blonde. So it's a very kind of light, it's almost platinum, but it's not platinum. Platinum can tend to look white or even a little grayish depending on the lighting. This doesn't pull gray or really white. It is so bright and just beautiful. And that's that 613. So let's talk a little bit about where I see some warmth. So first of all, I want you to see this color up close. Now, do you see some of these really beautiful kind of streaks? It's not streaky, but you've got one right there. It's kind of a caramely, almost like a salted caramel color in my eye. I think I heard Taz describe it as a little bit of a sandy blonde. I think it's more caramely next to the very light white, and it's kind of, they're little pieces all throughout. Look at these bottom on the tips. You've got a little bit of a two-toned thing happening down here. And then all throughout, you've got like the super light bright, I want to say it's white, but it's not white. And then you've got those kind of salted caramel streaks running through it. It's so dynamic and so beautiful. I hope you were able to see that. And I think, honestly, with the golden brown roots, which those are warm, and then you've got almost that salted caramel, sandy brown or blonde, it just gives it a pop of a little bit of warmth. It's very cool toned. And I'm going to show you 88GR right now, so you'll be able to tell how cool this one is compared to kind of the gold of the 88GR. But with the little bit of warmth that you see in these little highlights, it helps this color to avoid looking gray, you know, and that I think a lot of times when you're trying to go super light blonde, you run the risk of almost looking gray. It doesn't look like that. You know, when somebody has gray hair or white hair due to aging, it's because the pigment has been lost in the hair. That's not what this looks like at all. So let's look at this 88GR. Here is 88GR. And just for reference, the description I found online for 88GR is, well, I found two. On the Henry Margu website, it says that it's a blend of light wheat blonde with darker strawberry highlights. There's really not red in this. I don't really know where that strawberry comes from because I don't see it. And and Taz sort of talked about that too. She doesn't really see it either. And then dark brown roots, and that's probably an 8. This is where the color codes start to go off the rails. The 88 really has nothing to do with the color codes that I have. I'm guessing this root is an 8, but I don't know why it says 88 because, you know, that's the only brown in this. And then I found another description that a retailer had, and I like this description better. I think it works better for what I see here. And that is dark golden honey blonde with champagne gold highlights and a light brown root. And I definitely don't think this, I mean, look, okay, this is going to be tricky. Hang tight with me and stick with me. There's the rooting on this. Here's the rooting on this. I really think they're similar rooting. So this is probably similar to this. It doesn't look as dark because this hair is darker. That contrast really makes a difference. All right, so now let's look at these two together. Look at the difference. You can see how cool this is and how warm this is. Warm, kind of golden, a little bit on the yellow side, a tad. No yellow in this. Isn't that just incredible? Let's see if I can do it from the back. All right, praying that you got that. So that's why I wanted to pull this one out. This is also Jules, because it's hard to get, if you don't have context, you're just taking my word for it. But when you can see it next to something like this, you can see not only how blonde and bright, I mean, you might be tempted to think it looks like platinum, but also how much ashier it looks. That makes a huge difference. All right. So what we're going to do is get outside so that you can see this color in outside light. And honestly, so gorgeous. Another thing I just want to mention, Henry Margu does, no, that's my bio hair. Henry Margu does put that rooting all the way throughout. Why that is important to note, look at how just effortless Jules is. I love Jules. Is because if you want to do updos or you want to style your wigs at all, you can take clips and you can put clips in. I've worn Jules like clipped up in various places. That rooting goes all the way through and it looks more realistic. Sometimes you'll get a rooted wig from a manufacturer and they only kind of root it in the front here. And that won't look realistic if you decide to do updos. So that's important to note. All right, everybody. I think I covered it all. Let's look at the lace front. One last thing, because when you've got dark roots, that can be a question. I've got a mirror right behind my camera here so that I wanted to get my bio hair out of it. So there we go. You can see there's the rooting. You can definitely see the roots. You really can't help it with a rooting this dark. I mean, you can see the knots a little bit. So if you're going to style this off your forehead, you're going to be able to see those knots. Now you can put foundation or makeup on them. That's probably the only complaint I really have about this is it's not as seamless up at the front. If they would have pulled a few more of those highlights up, you might not see such a stark line. But kind of a minimal issue for a color that's this gorgeous. All right, follow me outside. I'll show this color to you outside. Boy, I really got her all messed up, didn't I? All right, hang on. All right, here we are in the majorly frozen tundra of Minnesota so that you can see this color outside. We're starting to lose our light, so I'm gonna have to pray that this comes out good. I have a lot of snow on the ground. It's about 3 below 0 right now. So cold. Okay, you're gonna have to walk with me. Sorry as I shake this when I walk, but I'm gonna try to get some sunlight for you guys. I don't wanna fall. It's like icy on my driveway. Okay, here we go. Hopefully no car comes. I'm in the middle of the street, but this is where the sun is. There you go. There's the brooding. Look at that color. It is so stunning. So beautiful. I'm loving it. Honestly, it's just something to behold. Just breathtaking. All right. Get out of the street. I really hope that you were able to get a good sense of this. Beautiful, dynamic, just gorgeous. All right, I know if you're sticking around, you really want to see this color. I can't tell you how many videos I've paused because they didn't linger on the color enough. So I'm just walking back up here so I can get in front of the gray background. So you've got the dark contrast. All right. Gorgeous, huh? I hope this helped you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.